All right, guys, one thing's for sure that I want to share with you guys after the events of the last week regarding Jussie Smollett. One thing is for certain, and that is that Jussie Smollett does not care about black people. Let's talk about it. This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. So guys, imagine my dismay when I found out that hashtag Free Jussie is becoming a thing. And who is it becoming a thing with exactly? Well, Hollywood celebrities, of course, because if it's one thing that Hollywood celebrities never get tired of doing, it's making a fucking mockery of black people and legitimate black concerns. So, what am I talking about? Well, actually, I have this article here on BuzzFeed.com, and I want to jump right into it because it seems that the usual suspects, your SJW celebs, are making it a thing now to champion Jussie Smollett. And listen to the way they're doing it, okay? This is on BuzzFeed.com. And it says here, Journey Smallett, that would be Jussie's sister, Taraji P Henson, India Moore, and more celebs called to hashtag Free Jussie, following the actor's sentencing to jail for falsely reporting that he was a victim of a hate crime. And it goes on to say, Journey Smallett, most recently known for starring in Birds of Prey and Lovecraft Country, is breaking her silence on her brother Jussie's sentencing to 5 months in jail for falsely reporting he was the victim of a hate crime. The former Empire actor was convicted of staging an anti-gay and racist attack on himself late last year and was sentenced to 150 days in jail several days ago. I'm innocent. I am not suicidal, Jussie said following his verdict. If anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself, and you must all know that. All right, Jussie. Now, some people think that when he said that, he was talking about, like, referring to what happened to Epstein, but honestly, he's probably more likely referring to Sandra Bland, okay? Some of you might remember Sandra Bland, you know, the whole say her name thing, okay? Sandra Bland was pulled over for a routine traffic stop, decided that that was a good time to argue with the cop, ended up being put in jail because she did get loud with that cop, and while she was in jail, tragically, she ended up dying, okay? Or some people say that she was killed, all right? She was found hanging in her cell by some trash bags, which sounds suspect as hell to me, but unfortunately, we will never know what happened, okay? Some people think that the cops killed her, even though from the video that I saw, that police station was filled with black people, black cops. Or some people say that she killed herself, okay? But unfortunately, we're never ever going to know that, okay? Unfortunately, this is what happens when you cultivate a victim narrative that people take into their hearts. They always feel like they're in danger. They always feel like they're stressed out, like they have to be arguing and defending themselves. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, okay? So for someone as high profile as Jussie Smollett to be enabled in his delusion to do the things that he's doing is telling me that not only he, but the people around him don't care about black people, because ultimately you're just making more of this attitude. You're putting more people in danger by not taking accountability for what you did, okay? So it says here, throughout the trial and following allegations that the attack was a hoax, Jussie maintained his innocence. Taking to Instagram, Journey shared an image of a black square with the hashtag Free Jussie in all caps, writing, "Black Americans are incarcerated at state prisons at nearly 5 times the rate of white Americans." Now, I am not going to debate whether or not that is true. After all, you guys know I come from a law enforcement family. My mom worked in the court systems, and I know that the system is fucked up. I know that. So I'm not here to be arguing that fact. Let's just stick to this individual case, because these people are trying to link this case in and make it like the they're making him the poster boy, all right, for injustice in our court systems. Never mind the actual fact of the matter that he was found guilty. All of the evidence suggested that he was guilty. And when I heard about the story, even I knew it was some bullshit without even seeing all of the evidence, okay? But we want to make this larger point and use him to do it, all right? I find that to be disingenuous, but she says Jussie is innocent, she continued, and You don't have to believe in his innocence to believe he should be free. All right, so it doesn't matter, is what she's saying, whether he's guilty or innocent. He shouldn't be in jail. Where is the accountability? And this is what I'm talking about. This is the part that's damaging to black people everywhere. Damaging to anybody for that matter, when you don't take accountability for your actions. All right, but when you do this on a stage where other people can see you, the damage is immeasurable. She says, he should be free. Hashtag free Jussie. Hashtag stop locking up our people. When you say our people, Journey, could you be a little bit more specific? All right, now I'm not trying to be funny, but being biracial the way that you are, all right, who exactly are you talking about when you say our people? This is what I mean, guys. And I talked about this on the other video that I did also, you know, when Traitor, the other video that I did about Jussie Smollett. All right, so it says here, the Great Debater star also tagged at Coalition for Jussie, a grassroots organization whose aim is to stand in solidarity with artist and activist Jussie Smollett. Journey's call to action was echoed by fellow actor and Pose star India Moore, who wrote, "You should not be in jail. Hashtag free Jussie. Bless you. You got community here." Insecure actor Kendrick Sampson shared India's post to his Instagram story, writing, "Breonna Taylor's murderer and an endless list of other cops can't be held accountable, but Jussie is locked in a cage for allegedly lying to police. How many Karens have lied to police under oath, a la Emmett Till, with no accountability? How many Karens have lied to police under oath, a la Emmett Till, with no accountability?" Okay. Once again, not going to argue. That was like a terrible case, you know, one that changed my life when I heard about what happened to young Emmett Till. But once again, as tragic as that is, and it was, that's not what this case is, okay? So trying to invoke the name of Emmett Till for your particular case, where honestly, I believe that you are guilty, Jussie, is just fucking, like I said, it's out of line. And it's irresponsible and it's manipulative to all of the black people who are going to rush to this, and the SJW white people and everybody else who doesn't have half a brain to come rushing for this this cause right here. Taraji P Henson, who starred along Jussie on Empire, also shared a message writing, "I'm not here to debate you on his innocence, but we can agree that the punishment does not fit the crime. He's going to jail for 150 days, okay? 150 days, and he's shown no remorse or anything like that. So I don't know. You know, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not familiar with the law. I don't know whether it fits the crime or not. All I know is that he's been sentenced, okay? So it says here, she added, Emmett Till, once again, invoking the name of Emmett Till. Emmett Till was brutally beat and ultimately murdered because of a lie, and none of the people involved with his demise spent one day in jail, even after Carolyn Bryant admitted that her claims were false. No one was hurt or killed during Jussie's ordeal. He has already lost everything. And then in all caps, everything! All right, so there you have it, guys. This thing looks like it's starting to take a life of its own, and I am not looking forward to something like this becoming a pop phenomenon where everyone's going to be wearing hashtag free Jussie t-shirts and all of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I really feel that when you do this, you're showing me that you don't care about black people. Now, where am I coming from with that? Okay, I remember my mom, she introduced me to this old movie, this really old movie called Angels with Dirty Faces, starring James Cagney. I think that might have been in the 30s or 40s. That's how old it is. And James Cagney played a gangster who did a lot of gangster stuff, all right? So he had a reputation for being this big, tough guy, okay? And the neighborhood kids, they really looked up to him because they wanted to be tough guys too. You know, they were out in the street doing what they did, and they thought that he was just some type of hero. Now, once James Cagney's thug got captured, he was sentenced to death, to execution, okay? So his childhood friend, who was the priest, who was going to be going in with him when he got executed, you know, to read him his rights and everything, he asked a favor of James Cagney. He said, please, you know that these kids are looking up to you. When you go in there to meet your demise, okay, if you want to do one good thing, one last good thing in your life, please act like you're a coward. Act like you're scared so they don't romanticize your life and what you did. You know, if they see that you went out like a coward and everything, then maybe they might rethink their decisions in life. Okay, so at first James Cagney didn't want to do it, but when they took him in to execute him, he broke down, started crying, started whimpering, you know, started acting like he was scared. So the last thing he did in his life was try to discourage kids from a life of crime and not to go down the path that he did, because you can see where it led him. Okay. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Most criminals, as a matter of fact, that you see in jail, when you talk to them, they don't want kids to have to do what they did. You know, everything is a cautionary tale. And that's how you know when people care about kids, when they care about the community that they come from. Don't do what I did. If you have any shot at all, don't do what I did, or you'll end up where I am. Okay. But what you have with Jussie Smollett is no sense of accountability. All of these people around him who are encouraging him and enabling him to do this, to play the victim, they're doing nothing more than spread the poison around in the community that these kids and these people are going to be victims as well. So when you get a Sandra Bland who gets pulled over by the cops, she feels like she has to be combative. You know, she feels like she has to be defensive, belligerent, and they get in even more trouble by doing that because they're not being cooperative. You know, like I said, they're being combative, so they get met with more combativeness, and that can lead to their demise. So you think that these people would give a message, a preventative message, a cautionary message. Don't do what I did or you will end up where I am. But no, you want to raise your fist. You want to make a martyr out of yourself and make it look as romantic as possible. I'm a freedom fighter. Maybe he's thinking in 150 days he's going to get out of jail, and maybe Tyler Perry is going to give him a miniseries or some shit like that. He'll still be young enough to play himself. Why not? You know, but this is what these people are invested in. And when I see it, I can identify it immediately. But a lot of people are not going to do that. But I have to speak up for my part on this, this little platform that I have. All right. Because to me, it's clear. Jussie Smollett doesn't care about black people, and the people around him don't care about black people. One day, your number's going to be up. One day, people are going to see you for exactly what you are, and that's a traitor. All right, guys, you can get in the comment section. That's it for me. Get in the comment section, sound off, let me have it. I know it's going to happen anyway. And as always, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Catch me on Twitter, catch me on Odyssey, catch me on Rumble. Thank you for listening, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.